Aloha everyone, welcome to alohanathieyoga. I'm Nathie and I'll be guiding you in your practice today. So just make sure you have water, that you get into something really comfortable, and that you listen to your body. So if you need to come out of a pose, take a break, come into a resting pose like child's pose, please do so. And this class will be a flow class. So we'll be maybe taking our time, but allowing the circulation to happen in the body and bringing more awareness to the senses. So sensing into our body, what are we feeling? How are we doing in our movements? And revisiting, becoming deeply aware of our practice. So I look forward to guiding you, and I'll see you on your mat. Aloha. So welcome to your full body flow. If at any point you need to modify, please do so. I will sometimes bring in some ideas of modifications and refer to the yoga blocks. And we will begin by diving deep into our breaths, becoming really inwards with our bodies. We'll come into a child's pose. So open the knees, mat width apart. Bring your big toes to touch and just send your hips back into the heels. You can stay here for a breath, and then when you're ready, just extend the arms out in front of you, lowering the forehead down on the mat. Take a moment here to settle in your child's pose, taking breaths and being mindful of the inhales and the exhales. Settling in deeper here. Relaxing the fingers and the heart. Maybe you'd like to rock your forehead side to side here, giving your third eye a massage. And then come back to center. Take a really deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Again. Exhale. One more time. And release the breath, bringing attention to the mind, noticing if there's anything that's been repeating or flowing into the mind in a pattern. Allow yourself to become aware of your awareness and your thoughts and your practice, and maybe take the time to recognize and discern whether or not you need these thoughts to be maintained or not for now. On your next inhale, raise your head, walk your arms to the right, and reach the left fingers a little bit further, and then fold in here. Take a deep breath into the left side ribs. Exhale. Inhale, walk back to center, and then walk arms off of the mat onto the left and fold. Inhale into the right side. And a nice gentle exhalation here. On your next inhale, walk yourself back to center. And then pull yourself up into a tabletop. Wrists underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips. Take a moment here to just start swaying forward and back very gently. And maybe here you'd like to tuck the toes and send the weight a little bit back into the heels to stretch the toes. Sending your heart forward past the wrists. Drawing the navel into the spine, starting to bring awareness to the abdominal region. the strengthening of the abdominals. And then come back to center. Flip the left palm up, fingers pointing towards you. And then sway forward and back very gently. Straightening the arm, a little bit of pressure into the hand, feeling the opening of the wrist. And then we'll switch sides. Doing the other hand. I'm just moving gently here. Good. And then flip it back over. Untuck the toes. Inhale, drop the belly, tailbone up. Pull the heart through the shoulders as you open the heart, lifting the gaze. Exhale, drop the tailbone, drawing the navel into the spine, tucking the chin in and rounding the back into your cat. Do this a few more times with your breath, trying to connect breath with movement. I am moving my hips a little bit side to side as I transition, and that feels really good on all directions. So you can try that with your body. Notice the bottom of the inhales and the top of the inhales. On your next inhale, dropping the belly, send the hips back into the heels, keeping an arch in the back. And then start rounding your back forward as you draw yourself forward. And then arching the back, sending the hips back again. Moving into a wave, a flow, an ebb and flow movement. If you want to go wider, you can walk the hands forward, coming all the way down to the belly into a low cobra. And then pressing up, sending the hips back again. And then rolling yourself forward. Move with breath, being mindful of the sensations in your body. We can go a little faster if you'd like. And then come back to a tabletop here. And when you're ready, allow yourself here to just take a moment, settling into the tabletop, knitting the bottom ribs in, and then sending the tailbone towards the heels to flatten the back. And that's why it's called a tabletop, right? So imagine being able to hold a plate or a cup of tea on your back and it not falling over. So imagine that strength that you're creating here. On your next inhale, open the right arm to the sky. Reach. Exhale, weave it underneath the left armpit into a hovering. Inhale, open twist to the right. Exhale, weave it underneath. Inhale, open twist. Exhale, weave it underneath. Drop it all the way down onto the right temple. The left hand can stay underneath the shoulder, or reaching forward or coming into a bind behind the lower back. Whatever feels good to you here, listening to your body. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, relax your weight, feeling the shoulder opening, feeling the front body opening. Breathe into the back body. You can feel the muscles along the spine really lengthening here. On your next inhale, plant the left hand underneath the shoulder. Inhale, sweep the right arm overhead. And then exhale it down. Do the other side. Inhale, reach the left arm to the sky. Exhale, weave it underneath the right armpit for a hover. Inhale, open twist. Exhale, reach. Again, inhale, open. And exhale, weave it underneath, lowering the left temple down on the mat. Setting your right arm wherever you'd like it to go. Take a few deep breaths here. Bringing awareness to the thoughts and just settling back into the body and your sensations. Giving yourself the space and the room to breathe. Letting all the stuff go. On your next inhale, plant the right hand. Inhale, sweep the left arm overhead. And then exhale it down. And when you're ready, reach the right foot back onto the ball of the foot, swaying forward and back. And then lift the right leg up, bend the knee, and start rotating the knee counterclockwise, out and in. Nice rotation here of the hip joint. I'm gonna switch sides so you can see me here. And then switch directions with the circles. Notice how you feel in both hip joints. And then when you're ready, just reach the right foot out parallel to the hip. Walk the left hand to the left so that it's equal with the knee and the foot, so that it's a nice line of energy here. Inhale, reach the right arm to the sky and overhead towards the front of the mat. Open the hip here. Breathe. And then fold forward, walking the hands either directly to the front and folding or slightly to the right and folding in. Breathe here into the ribs. And then inhale, walk back to center, taking the leg back in, rotating yourself back to the front of the mat in a tabletop. Inhale the left leg back on the ball of the foot, swaying forward and back. Then come back to center with control, with the navel drawn into the spine and the tailbone pointing down towards the heels, pressing out of the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg off of the mat, keeping the toes flexed, feeling that nice bird dog position here. Squeezing the glutes slightly, lengthening out of the back heel. Bend the knee and then start rotating the knee out and in. Big circles with the hips, with that left hip. Breathing deeply here. And then switch directions, keeping the arch minimal in the lower back, right? So keeping that nice support in the abdominal area, in the core. Relaxing the neck as you look down. And then bring your knee back up. Open the left foot out to the side. Walk your right hand to the right, parallel to the knee and the foot. Inhale, take that left arm up and then overhead. Opening the side body. Take a deep breath in, looking forward and reaching the crown forward, pressing that left foot into the mat. And then looking down, release the hand, walking to the center and maybe folding directly forward or walking the hands to the left and folding in. Okay. Breathe here in the right ribs. This side might be different than the other side, and that's okay. Just notice you might need to modify in certain ways whenever you need to, and just listen to that. Inhale, walk yourself up, turning yourself back to the front of the mat on all fours. And when you're ready, tuck the toes and send the hips up and back, keeping the knees bent. And start bending the knees here, lowering each heel at a time, pedaling the feet in your first down dog. You can maybe walk your hands a little bit forward if you need to. You can widen the feet, wider than your mat, to even have an easier down dog to begin with, just like this. That might feel good to you, or you might do a little bit of hip shuffling from side to side. Feel all 10 fingers pressing into the mat, elbows pointing down to frame your upper back, drawing the navel up and in. And pretend there's a string pulling your hips up and back, connecting the string to maybe a planet or another star in the solar system, holding you up. And then come back to center. Take a few steps forward to the front of the mat. Feet hip width apart, bend the knees generously, and fold here, holding opposite elbows in your ragdoll. Take a moment here to just maybe allow gravity to pull down on you, swaying side to side really gently. You can also have your hands on blocks here if you need that support underneath the hands. And come back to center. Inhale into your half lift. So pull the heart forward, lengthening the spine, hips pointing away, drawing the navel in. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knee, step the left foot back, lower the back knee down into your low lunge. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Relax the shoulder blades down your back, but keep your arms active. You can tuck or untuck the back toes. If you'd like to go deeper, you can bend the front knee a little deeper here. Keeping both hip bones pointed forward, still drawing the navel in, still lifting out of the hips. And then exhale, plant the left hand down inside of the right foot, sweeping the right arm to the sky for a twist. Take a deep breath in here. Staying here, inhale, pull your chest up into a T. Reach out of the fingers, relaxing the shoulders down your back. Drawing the navel in, reaching the heart up. Exhale, drop the hand down on the back thigh, reaching the left arm overhead. This is optional. Otherwise, you can stay into a T. Breathe into the left side, reaching down into the quads, the hip flexors. Deep stretch here. Inhale, back to center into a T. And then reach back up to center, both arms overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, reach hands up. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat, shuffling the right foot forward and then straightening the leg out, flexing the toes towards your knees. Inhale, reach heart forward, lengthen the spine. Maybe your hands are on blocks here. And then exhale, fold in as much as needed to start feeling that deep sensation in the back thigh and the hamstring. Making sure that back knee is in line with the hip. And then here, bend the front knee, release the blocks, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then step it into high plank. Drawing the navel in, feeling your first high plank. Maybe swaying forward and back on the ball of the feet. Drawing the navel in, tailbone slightly tilted down towards the heels. Strong arms and shoulders. And then when you're ready, inhale, shift your weight forward. And then exhale, keeping the elbows grazing the ribs, lower all the way down really slowly. Untuck the toes, reach the toes, hands underneath shoulders. Inhale, lengthen and lift into baby cobra. Squeeze the back line of the body. Relaxing the neck and the jaw. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lengthen first, and then lift. It doesn't have to be very much to start feeling that strength building in the lower back and the abdominals. Exhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lower. When you're ready, inhale either on the knees or into high plank. Exhale, shift your hips back for down dog. Again, take a couple of breaths here, maybe pedaling the feet, maybe opening your down dog again, wider than your mat. Really reach your hips up and back. And if you had your down dog wide, bring it back to center, feet hip width apart, and feel the line of energy, the back line of energy from the fingers, all the way up the back, down the glutes, down the back of the legs, into the heels. Feel that nice V that you're creating. When you're ready, walk the feet to the front of the mat and fold in here. Releasing the breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the right foot back, lower the back knee down. Maybe widen your stance if need be. Inhale, reach the arms overhead for low lunge. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, framing the head by turning the pinkies inwards a little bit. That creates a nice strength in the upper back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. You can bend the front knee a little deeper if you'd like to go deeper. Feel that nice hip flexor on the right side and the quad opening. Exhale, lower the right hand down, sweeping the left arm overhead and do a twist. When you're ready, staying in this position, inhale, lift your torso up into a T. Reach out of the fingertips. Draw the navel in. Drop the back hand down on the back thigh, sending that right arm overhead. That is optional. So if you'd like to just stay in a T, you can stay there. Opening the heart, lifting, maybe lifting the gaze. Inhale back into a T. And then back to center, reach. And then exhale, plant the hands either on blocks or on the mat. Shuffle that left foot forward a little bit and then shift the hips back for half splits, flexing the left toes towards you. Hands underneath, hands on blocks. Inhale, lift and lengthen the chest. And then exhale, fold in exactly where you are. Both hips are pulling back. So both hips are facing back. A few deep breaths here. Breathe into the back hamstring. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, bend the front knee, walk the hands forward, releasing the blocks. Planting the hands, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step it back into high plank. And then here, bend the knees, walk your hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips into hovered knees. Okay, so take a deep breath here, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, inhale, arch the lower back into your cow. Exhale, round your back into your cat. Come back to a neutral spine. Knit the bottom ribs in, drawing the navel in, tilting the tailbone down towards the heels. Inhale, hover the knees off of the mat. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, drop the heels to the right. Keeping yourself facing down with your upper torso. Inhale, back to center, stay low. Exhale, drop the heels to the left. A little twist on this sequence. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the heels to the right. Stay low, draw the navel in, feel the obliques working. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the heels to the left. Inhale, back to center. Walk yourself into a high plank. Sway forward and back here. And then when you're ready, shift your way forward. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down slowly onto the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra, peeling the chest and the belly off of the mat, opening the heart center, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands out off of the mat, parallel to the shoulders, tenting the fingers, so that we're going to do a flow here to open the heart. Inhale, press yourself up into cobra. Exhale, dip the left shoulder to center as you twist down to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dip down, twisting to the left. Again, inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower all the way down. Taking a moment here. Removing the blocks away, shifting your body back on your mat. Stack the hands and release the forehead down on your stacked hands. Take a moment, maybe bending the knees here, swaying your shins side to side. Maybe swaying your hips a little bit here. And then release the shins back down on the mat. Hands underneath shoulders. Reach the legs. Inhale, lift the heart up, hovering the hands and the legs off of the mat. Stay here, squeezing the shoulder blades and elbows by your sides. Deep breaths here. Exhale, lower. Ready, inhale, lift legs, chest, hovering the hands. Hold it here. Squeeze all the back line of the body. Deep breaths, reaching out of the toes, lift, and then exhale, lower. Take a deep breath in, release. Inhale, lift everything up again, maybe this time a little bit higher. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in, rowing your elbows. Inhale, reach arms forward. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Release the hands and the body all the way down to the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale. We'll do this again. Ready? Inhale, lift everything off of the mat. Squeeze the back line of the body. Inhale, reach arms forward in your Superman. Exhale, squeeze it in, rowing the elbows back. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, squeeze it back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, squeeze. Reaching the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, press the hands towards the heels, lift and open the chest here, hold it here, hold it here. Keep going, opening and release everything down the right cheek to the mat. Palms facing up. Take a deep breath into the lower back. Maybe shaking your hips side to side again or swaying the shins gently side to side. And then releasing the shins down. Shifting onto your left cheek. Just to even out both sides of the neck. Come back to center, forehead on the mat, hands underneath shoulders. Press yourself up into a tabletop. Tuck the toes, exhale, hips back into down dog. And then here, pedaling the feet once again. Reaching the hips up and back, focusing on your breath. And then settle in here into your down dog, feeling the back of the legs opening up. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, reach the right leg up behind you into three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee into the nose, rounding your upper back. Inhale, sweep it back. Reach. Exhale, draw knee to nose as you shift your weight forward. Again, inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, draw knee into the nose, lifting. Inhale, sweep it up behind you, bend the knee, open the top hip. Maybe looking down past your leg or underneath the left armpit. Press out of the hands, lift higher. Inhale, back to center, reach behind you. Exhale, gently step it forward between the hands, setting yourself up for high lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale here. Reach out of the back heel. Lengthen the heart up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Arms out into a T. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your high lunge. Reaching that left arm back, opening into that left side. Breathe deep down. Inhale, back into a T. Reaching up, facing forward. Exhale, cactus your arms, squeezing the shoulder blades, opening the sternum. Inhale, reach arms overhead. And then exhale, sweep it back behind you as you bring your chest down towards your front thigh. Squeezing the back body. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands down. Walk yourself to the wide edge of the mat. Legs wide open, toes pointing forward or slightly in. Inhale, walk your hands forward, flat back. And then allow yourself here to just settle into that wide-legged forward fold. So drop your head down, release everything, and maybe keep a slight bend in the knees if you need to, sending the weight into the ball of the feet. Maybe here you want to extend the arms fully out, lengthening the torso and the spine. Deep breath here. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands underneath the shoulders, halfway lift, plant the left hand underneath you. In exhale, sweep the other arm overhead into a twist. A deep breath. And then exhale, plant the hand down, and we'll switch side. Sweep that left arm overhead, gazing to the left, reaching the crown forward, still lengthening, opening the heart. And then exhale, lower the hands down on the mat. Heel toe your feet in slightly, still pointing forward. Hook your fingers onto the big toes or the shins. Bend the elbows and exhale, fold in. You can maybe bend one knee at a time into a kind of a side lunge here. If you want to experiment with your body, move freely here and allowing you to just flow freely with your body. So notice maybe something that you might want to do that feels good in the moment now. Relaxing the neck. Noticing the deep opening in the inside of the thighs. Inhale, walk yourself back to the front of the mat, pivot back, and then step back into down dog. Inhale into high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, opening the heart, looking forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Do that one more time. Inhale, shift your weight forward into high plank. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, reach the left leg back behind you. Three-legged dog. Just reaching that heel back. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose as you shift your weight forward. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose, really pressing out of those hands. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose, drawing the knee deep into the nose here. Inhale, sweep it back up into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, shift the hips opened here. So stacking the hips. And maybe looking down at the mat or underneath the right armpit. Take deep breaths here. Inhale back to three-legged dog, straightening the hip bones. And then exhale, step it forward between the hands, setting yourself up for high lunge. Inhale, reach arms overhead, and then exhale here. Strong back leg. Deep breaths here. When you're ready, twist to the left, reaching the arms out into a T. Nice twist in your high lunge. Keeping the heart open, drop the back hand down, reaching the top arm overhead into a reversed high lunge. Deep breaths here, feeling the heart opening. Inhale back into a T, into your twist. And then facing forward, reach arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms forward and back, reaching the chest down onto the front thigh. Powering through the legs. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back into high plank. Shift forward and back on the ball of the feet here. And then inhale, exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, shift your hips back for down dog. Deep breaths here. Shift your weight forward into high plank. Bring the feet together, plant the right hand underneath your chest. Shift yourself onto your side into high plank, the knife edge of that foot, reaching that left arm to the sky. Really reach that top hip to the sky, drawing the navel in, tailbone down towards the heels. Feel that core working for you. And maybe reach the top arm towards the front of the mat, overhead. And maybe lifting the top leg off of the bottom leg. Option to bend the top leg, stepping behind you into Wild Thing. With control, opening the heart to the sky. Nice Wild Thing here. Come back into a solid side plank, feet together, look down, flip back down into high plank. Shift your weight forward, inhale, exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, chaturanga, up dog, opening the heart, and then exhale, down dog. Deep breath here. Maybe walking the feet closer in towards your hands. Take the left hand, grab onto the outer right shin. Nice twist into your down dog. Press out of that right hand. Lift the hips up and back. Relax the neck here. Come back to center, and we'll do the other side. Grabbing on to the outer left shin with your right hand. Making sure both hips are pointing towards the back of the mat. Drawing the navel in, spinal twist. Come back to center, both hands forward into your down dog. Shift your way forward into high plank. Bring the feet together. And then we'll do side plank onto the other side. So place your left hand underneath you. Flip onto the knife edge of the left foot. Reach the right arm to the sky. Tailbone pointing down towards your heels. Lift the top hip to the sky. Reach the top arm towards the front of the mat. Maybe here you'd like to lift the top leg into a star position. Option to bend the top knee, placing the foot behind you, opening the body into Wild Thing. Take a deep breath here, opening the front body, reaching. And then inhale, shift back into high plank, feet together. And then look down, plant the hands down the feet, back down to high plank. Lower the knees, shift your hips back into your heels for child's pose, but bring your blocks. And this time you have the option to bring your elbows onto your blocks. The elbows and forearms and triceps are right by the head, coming into reverse prayer, hands behind the head. Just take a few breaths here, stretching the triceps, maybe rotating the wrists, squeezing and opening the fingers into fists. Allowing to release the wrists. Relaxing the heart. Just allow the jaw to relax. And then release the hands back down, removing the blocks to the side. And reaching the arms forward, press yourself up into a tabletop. And then turn the shins to the side, come onto the sit bones. Bring the feet forward in front of you. And then making sure that your feet are hip width apart. You have the choice here to have a block between the legs to activate the inner thighs more, squeezing the block. So place your hands on your shins, lift the heart up to lengthen the spine here. Focus on lifting the sternum, creating an extension of the spine, and then roll the shoulders back and down. Feel yourself opening up here. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into a boat pose. So reach the arms forward and then shift your weight onto the bottom of the tailbone, lifting the feet off of the mat, shins parallel to the mat, so in a 90-degree angle. Keep drawing the navel into the spine. Heart stays opened here. Squeeze the block with your thighs. Maintaining a beautiful boat pose. Keep reaching. Nice length from the crown of the head. And then release the feet down. Release the block. Bring the soles of the feet together. Drop the knees open. Hold on to the shins with your hands. Inhale, reach the heart up. And then exhale, fold with length here. You can walk your hands forward if need be. Just take a moment in your butterfly. Relax the neck and the head. Feel the eyes just gazing or closing here. When you're ready, walk yourself back up. Close the knees with your hands. Step it forward again. So we're going to come back into a boat pose, but have the legs glued together. The inside of the thighs glued together. Reach the arms out, maybe wider than your body, than your shoulders. And then lift the legs back up into boat pose, balancing on the sacrum. Lifting the heart up, lengthening the spine. We're going to lower down into a hover. So lower down, straightening the legs, keeping the arms reaching forward. Drawing the navel in. And then squeezing the glutes here. Inhale, pull yourself back up into your boat pose, bending the knees. And then lower down into a hover. Keep holding here. And back up to your boat pose. Exhale, lower down. Hovering. Feeling that strength in the core. Inhale, pull yourself back up into your boat. And then here, option to lengthen the legs out completely to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lower the feet down, roll yourself onto your back, extending the arms overhead, lengthening the legs out, giving yourself a really big stretch here, pointing the toes, squeezing your body, the glutes, everything here. And just relax. Taking a moment to plant the feet back on the mat. Taking a block between the thighs. Bring the heels underneath the knees. Not too close to the glutes, just underneath the knees. And then arms along your sides, palms facing down. I'm going to do some bridges here. Inhale. Exhale, press the lower back down, lift the tailbone, lift the hips, lift the back as you squeeze the block. Feel the heels pressing into the mat as your knees are reaching towards the front of the mat. And then draw the tailbone down towards the heels as you draw the navel in. Reach the pubic bone up towards the sky, drawing the chest to the chin. Take deep breaths here. Keep squeezing the block. Activating your bridge. Opening the front body, the heart. And then slowly lower from the top of the spine, down to the middle, down to the lower spine, releasing the hips down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We'll do this again. This time you can clasp your hands underneath you with your shoulders underneath you, or you have the option to come into wheel if you want to go there with your practice. And here, so preparing for bridge again, I'm going to be releasing the block. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, press the lower back down, lift the tailbone up, lift the hips, lower, middle, upper back here. Reaching a little bit higher this time, creating a deeper extension in the back, bringing the shoulders underneath you, clasping the hands, pressing the arms into the mat as you reach the chest towards the chin. Press the heels down into the mat. Deep breaths here. Relax the neck, keeping the face relaxed. And slowly release the hands and the shoulders and the upper back, middle back, lower back. Heel toe the feet out, either collapsing the knees in or just dropping the knees to the right. Inhale back to center, dropping them to the left. And just keep moving here. Bring your awareness to the sensations in your hips. Thanking yourself right now for giving yourself a little sanctuary to practice and to center yourself right into the present moment. Bring your feet back to center, knees over the hips. Bring the left thigh on top of the right for a bind and drop the knees directly to the right into a twist. You can have your left arm out into a T or overhead. Take a deep breath into the side ribs. And exhale, melt the weight down into the mat. You can relax your eyes, your gaze to the left if that feels comfortable for you. If the bind of the legs doesn't work, you can always stack the legs one on top of the other with a block underneath the thigh. Then unbind the legs, come back to center, knees above hips. Bring your right thigh on top of the left and just drop the knees to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale here. Feel the expansion of the intercostal muscles. Imagine yourself creating space in between the organs. Just relax your cheekbones and your forehead. And then unbind the legs. Come back to center. Draw the knees back to center. And draw them in for a nice little hug here. And maybe you'd like to sway your lower back side to side. Notice how that feels. Giving your lower back a massage here. Drop the feet back down on the mat. Bring the left ankle to the sky and bring it on top of the right thigh. We're going to come into figure 4. You can either stay here pressing the left thigh away from you or just draw the right knee in, holding on to the back of the thigh or the shin. Relax the shoulder blades on the mat and lengthen the tailbone down away from you to lengthen the spine. And draw that knee in. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side if that feels comfortable for you. Release the foot down, release the other foot down. Inhale the right foot to the sky, bring the ankle onto the left thigh, pressing the right thigh away. Option to draw that left knee in into your figure 4. And again, you can definitely sway side to side. Take a moment here to connect with your breath, slowing it down, revisiting the intention for your practice, noticing how you're feeling now compared to the beginning of the class. Lower the foot down and then lower the other foot down. Bring the feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana, dropping the knees open. Option to have blocks underneath the thighs for support here. You can have your arms out into a tier overhead and maybe swaying your hips side to side, settling deeper into your mat. Take a really deep breath in into the pelvis. And then exhale, settle here into your butterfly. Feeling the bottom of the feet pressing into each other. You have the choice to stay here or extending the legs out whenever you feel called to do so for your final Shavasana. Your final Shavasana can also be on your side or on your belly, wherever you'd like to go to completely relax here. I'm just going to extend my legs out, creating space between the legs. Breathe deep into the chest and sigh it out as you exhale. Maybe here you'd like to sway the back of the head side to side, closing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, the back of the hips, the glutes, the shins, feeling the heels deeply planted into the mat, allowing the feet to just splay open. Bring your awareness into the heart center. Visualize the heart muscle relaxing, having space to beat naturally, finding a sense of safety and ease in your body, in your space. Nothing is more important than the moment right now. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice, sharing the space with me. Namaste.